Hey everyone, welcome to Shockwave Sunday number 16. And as you've noticed, the Shockwave Sundays have not been every week. I'm going to be kind of starting to cut down on them a bit. They are not my most popular videos, so I'm going to do it maybe like once in a while, maybe once a month or something like that. And I'm going to start up with those Transformers 4 discussions a little bit more often. But I'm still going to be doing the Shockwave Sundays, just like as I said, not so often. So I'm going to go ahead and answer the first question of number 16, and it is from the Soar 1999. What do you think of Transformers Prime Shockwave's lab before it blew up? I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it maybe should have looked more like a lab, I guess. It was kind of more like just a cave with some... with those Predacons in there, and the tubes and everything, but it looked cool, I guess. It didn't amaze me. I didn't think like, wow, look at that lab, but you know, it was a lab. Next question is from Mega Prime 1007. Who do you think the shiny black and silver truck is in Transformers 4? I think it's a Decepticon and possibly Galvatron or Nemesis Prime. And I answered this a little bit in Transformers 4 discussion number 1. I do think it's Ultra Magnus. Mainly due to the blue lights, and I do know that people have gotten on me about that. Means nothing. There have been Decepticons with blue lights like Wheelie, and usually it's the eyes that they go by. But it has been a rarity to have Decepticons with blue lights, so that's just my opinion, and it doesn't look so menacing either, so I think it's Ultra Magnus, plus that builds on what MichaelBay.com's admin Nelson said. He said it would probably maybe cause a little bit of controversy or something, or, you know, stir up some things, so maybe that could mean Galvatron, but I definitely think that won't mean Nemesis Prime, because that'd be a perfect Nemesis Prime truck. So maybe Galvatron, but I'm hoping if it is him, it'd be a different character and not a reformatted Megatron. But I do think it's Ultra Magnus. I know that people want it to be, but it's not going to be Motor Master, because that wouldn't cause any controversy either. It'd be one of the perfect Motor Masters you could choose. So, like I said, I'm sticking with Ultra Magnus, but I think Galvatron is a possibility if it is a Decepticon. But I think if it's an Autobot, I think Magnus. Next question is from I Love LA 23. Hey Marlon, what's your thoughts on, I don't know how to pronounce the name, and the Dodgers? Also, if Peter Cullen died, who would voice Prime in your opinion? Now see, usually I would know that name, but I'm telling you, the Marlins, since I'm a big Marlins fan, since they have been doing absolutely dreadful this year, it's been hard for me to keep up with baseball. So, I should know that name, and I don't. But the Dodgers, I'm gonna talk about them. I think he's a rookie. I don't know. I'd have to go check on that. Maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, with the Dodgers, just got Ricky Nolasco, a long-time Miami Marlins, since dating back to 2006, in a trade, and we got 3 minor league prospects. I've been seeing way too much of that lately in the Marlins trades. So I hope you enjoy Ricky Nolasco in your starting rotation. He's a pretty good pitcher. He has over 1,000 strikeouts. First Marlin to ever do that. As a Marlin. I mean, there's been Marlins to do that, but not as a Marlin. And, yeah, so Dodgers, they're not going to make it to the playoffs this year. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now. But neither are the Marlins, so, you know. And if Peter Cullen died, who would voice Prime? Hopefully that's a long ways off, but wow, that's a good question. Wow, I actually didn't read this. Usually I read the questions before I go and answer them, but for some reason I didn't see this, and I'm just seeing it now. This is something I would have had to prepare for. Peter Cullen died. I know, didn't Gary Chalk, I think, voice Optimus? for a while when Peter Cullen wasn't. I mean, he's an option, I guess. But if I just had to choose someone different, man, who would have an epic deep voice? I don't know. That's a good man. I don't know. You have me stumped. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say Gary Chalk for now because I have no idea. Maybe I'll think about that, and next week I will, or the next time I do Shockwave Sunday, I'll come up with a better answer when I'm more prepared. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Alright, next question is from SnowCoan2. Have you seen Transit the Musical, and do you like Call of Duty Ghosts? Shockwave Sunday. I've never seen Transit the Musical, and forgive me if this is something I should know about, but I've never heard about it. And do you like Call of Duty Ghosts? Never played it. Never played a Call of Duty game. Actually, I've played Call of Duty, but over at friends' houses. I've never actually sat down and played it at my house, you know, and really got to know it. But it seems kind of more like an arcade-style game, I guess. You know, it's not as realistic. I've had Battlefield 3 for a while, and I kind of like the feel of that game. And the tiny bit I have played Call of Duty, I wasn't really a big fan of it. But I've never played Call of Duty Ghosts. Final question is from Dominic Castellamo. I think I did a pretty good job pronouncing that, I hope. Hey Marlon fan. Yeah, can't speak. I always do this. It's weird. I get tangled up when I say my own username on YouTube. It always happens. Hey Marlon fan 1995. Newly subscribed. Thank you very much. Thank you for subscribing. Always gotta love that. What is your opinion on the role of both the Autobots and Decepticons in Transformers 4? And it seems like there is less human interaction. Is that good for you? The role of the Autobots. Let's start with that. I think that they're going to be starting off the movie in hiding. The humans are going to blame the Autobots for everything that happened in Chicago, and they're going to be in hiding. I think that's going to be, Optimus Prime is going to be that rusty truck, so I think he's going to be, you know, just trying to hide out, and I think Bumblebee's going to start out the movie as the 1967 Chevy Camaro, and then transition into the 2014 concept later on. So I think those two are going to be the only returning Autobots, because I think that's the only two older alt modes that we've seen so far. So I think that kind of hints that only Optimus and Bumblebee will be back. Now then again, we did see an old ambulance on set. Maybe that could be Ratchet as well. Don't know yet, and that could be just an ambulance on set, but I think that might be Ratchet. So that would be three older alt modes, an old ambulance, an old truck, and an old Camaro. That kind of hints at in hiding after, you know, these years past what happened in Chicago in Transformers 3. So I think they're going to start out like that. They're going to be in a small town, Texas. They're going to somehow meet Nicola Peltz's character and Mark Wahlberg's character, and I think that Chevy Sonic maybe is going to be already with Jack Rayner's character, who I believe his name is Shane, and I think that he's just not going to know it yet, kind of like a Bumblebee and Sam thing. And I think that Chevy Sonic is going to be the new Bumblebee. I think that he's going to have the most human interaction, and Bumblebee's just going to be kind of like a soldier in this movie, and not really connected to any humans. And so that's my opinion on the Autobots. The Decepticons, we don't know anything about the Decepticons yet. They've really kept it under wraps, and which is good, because I don't want to know everything. I mean, I want to find out as much as I can, because I love these movies so much, but I'm loving that they're not telling us everything yet. And I hope it stays that way, because I like being surprised. I was spoiled about Sentinel Prime shooting Ironhide in Transformers 3, and I was very mad about that. I don't want that to happen this time. So I'm glad they're not really telling us much about the Decepticon side of things. Autobots, you're kind of going to know what's going to happen. They're going to develop a friendship with a certain group of humans, and they're going to fight the bad guys. But Decepticons, you really don't know. Is there going to be a traitor? Is there going to be someone to switch sides? Is there going to be some surprise villain, like Sentinel Prime, actually, in the last film? We all thought it was going to be Shockwave for a while. And so, I really can't speculate much on the Decepticons because I really don't know anything about them. I do think that they're going to be working maybe with humans, like a bit more than we saw in Transformers 3, because I know there's going to be some type of scientists, and there's going to be an evil villain played by Kelsey Grammer, who was well known for Frasier. And yeah, I think there's going to be maybe some interaction between Decepticons and humans, maybe. And it seems like there is less human interaction. Is that good for you? I'm indifferent in a way. I do think it's good that they're going to maybe focus more on the Transformers. As far as how much I love Dark of the Moon, it kind of, when I go back and watch it now, sometimes I skip through the parts where Sam's looking for a job and stuff like that, so I hope there's not as much as that. We only have like 8, maybe 9 humans confirmed so far as main roles, so that's pretty good. I mean, I'm sure we're going to have a bunch of extras and soldiers and, you know, all that stuff, but it seems like you said, there's going to be maybe a little bit less human interaction. And as far as the actors go to this point, I do agree with all of them so far. I was a little hesitant on T.J. Miller because he's a comedian. I don't know if... I hope if he does add a little bit of humor, it won't be stupid humor like the first 3 movies. Like, if the trilogy got rid of that stupid humor, it'd be multiplied, you know, times 5 better. You know, not to saying that makes me not like the movies, but it makes, in Transformers 1, the happy time scene in the wheelie humping Michaela's leg in Transformers 2. I mean, it's stuff that doesn't need to be in there. That's just you know, stupid dorky humor, which needs to be pushed out in this next Transformers 4. They did that a lot better in Transformers 3. I mean, there were little subtle things there in the beginning, maybe with Brains and Carly, but it wasn't as bad as the first 2 movies. So yeah, back to the human interaction thing. Yeah, I think that's going to be good if they stick to that, if there's less human interaction. And that will do it for this Shockwave Sunday number 16. Leave your questions in the comments section below for number 17. And be sure to check out all my latest videos. And that will pretty much do it. I'm Marlon, Fan 1995, and I'll see you next time.